to look at 3 brand new windshields from National Cycle. That's right, National Cycle has produced their legendary V-Stream windshields for the Yamaha Tenere T700. This here is the installation guide, literally super simple. It takes a single 4mm Allen key in order to remove the 4 bolts here, and then you're going to put the shield of your choice in place. Now when it comes to these 3 shields, we have a 12-inch shield, a 15-inch shield, and a 19-inch shield. And when I measured the stock shield, it was 10.5 inches tall. So the stock shield, if you measure directly back, it's going to hit me right in the middle of the chest. I'm then going to reference to a video where I'm on the highway telling you where that wind is hitting me on the motorcycle. Right, getting onto the freeway. There is a lot of wind in this cockpit right here. So as far as the stock windshield goes, right here is where I start to feel the wind come up. And it's actually hitting me directly in the eyeballs, is where that wind would be, boom, right into the eyeballs. I'm getting lots of wind around the edges too. So the wind's coming over, it's clean right here and comes up to but as soon as it gets to this point right here, it cuts in. And I'm feeling dirty air right here at the chin bar of my helmet. So the wind's actually hitting me right here, like on the side of the helmet, like right here on the chest and out the shoulders, where I'm feeling that wind actually making contact with my body. And then as it comes around the windshield here, it's hitting the sides of the helmet, right over here, is where it's hitting. You can probably also notice that it's extremely loud inside the helmet. So that's really what we're looking for. We're looking to get a larger area of clean air. I mean, right now my clean air starts here and it starts to diminish as it gets towards my body. And that's the idea, is we're going to put the National Cycle windshields on, and they're going to start building larger and larger pockets of air as we get into the taller shields. Now when we do the installation, we're going to start with the biggest shield. Whoa, I almost lost my hand there. The amount of wind force when I put my hand up, just wanted to yank it backwards. So we're going to start with the taller windscreen first, go to the medium, go to the short, and then we're going to have that comparison back to this bike with the stock shield, so we can really get the full circle, the full Monty, if you will, on wind protection offered by National Cycle. What I'm then going to do is mount each of these onto the bike, show you exactly where they're hitting me, and then we're going to take this bike out onto the freeway and let you know just exactly where that clean air sits. Where does the dirty air start on either side? Where does the dirty air start at the top? Where does it hit me on my helmet? How much clean air do I have? Or is there even any dirty air left in the cockpit? It's going to be an exciting day, so come with us and join the ride. All right, now we have the shorty shield on. The shield's going to come, it's going to hit me right here at my, right at the microphone actually. I have 0 obstruction in my view, seeing it significantly several inches lower than my point of view, and it's going to hit me right here at the neck. Now, jumping onto the motorcycle, I can tell you that right now, the line of this windshield is starting to affect kind of what I'm seeing in front of me. I can definitely look directly over the shield. That's really nice. So in inclement weather, I'm not going to be affected by fog sitting on there or water droplets or anything like that. I have a clear view over the top. Now I am looking through the screen. If I happen to look down at the road right in front of me, I do have to look through the screen here. So taking a look, this is right about my lips. Now in between your lip and your nose, your upper lip and your nose, is typically the perfect windshield height if you're on a cruiser or have a windshield that's not a V-Stream windshield. Now the V-Stream windshield is very unique, like I said, in the fact that that wind is going to hit here, it's going to flow out and around. It's actually going to make a curly Q effect as it goes past the rider, and it's also going to help direct the wind going up over the top of the helmet as well. So this is going to be a fantastic shield for most of you guys out there that do long distance road touring that still want to be able to see over the top of your windshield. Now I haven't said it already, I'm 5'9", my inseam is about 31 inches or so. So if you're along those same lines, that's kind of what you have as far as vantage point goes. Now let's get the big touring windshield installed. It's hard to not laugh sitting behind the shield. This here is the Bad Mammer Jammer. As you can see, I mean, my eye level right now is right about the caution sign right here, the yellow strip that's on this windshield right now. Now this particular shield right here will give me complete protection from all of the elements. Now the other reason that you might want to choose a windshield like this is if you're riding two up. If you're riding with a passenger, this is one of the only ways to be able to get your passenger in that clean bubble of air. Again, the V-Stream windshield, that air is going to come around here. It's going to flip out almost to this magnitude right here. It's going to keep coming out, and this wind's going to come up over the top. Now, if you look at the trajectory of how that wind would follow, it's absolutely going to be clearing the passenger on the back of the motorcycle. So this here is the touring windshield from National Cycle. Again, it's going to be right above my eyebrows. So up to my forehead is where that shield's going to be sitting, and then yeah, wind flow directly up and over, like way up and over and way out to the sides. Now these are brand new windshields. I'm going to give Dave one. He's going to go ahead and take one home with him today, whichever one he likes. And then I'm going to have the other two that I'm going to go ahead and sell to those of you who are watching. I'm going to leave the warning stickers on here, but I highly recommend before you ride with your new shield, read the instructions, read the warnings, read the cautions. There are specific cleaning instructions on the shield down here at the bottom. Make sure you pay attention to those. And yeah. Now it's time to get rolling. All right, so we got Dave here on his bike, and he's got the touring windshield, the tall windshield from National Cycle, the V-Stream, here on his Tenere 700. All right, so this is what it looks like in the cockpit of the T7 with the touring National Cycle V-Stream windshield on it. I said it's significantly higher than any shield that I would typically put on my motorcycle. I typically like to go right there at the tip of your nose, right there above your upper lip, straight out. So right there where that caution sign is as high as of a shield as I personally ever want on my bike, because I want to be able to look over it and not through it. This particular shield, I mean, you're getting the same vantage point that I'm at. You're literally sitting right there at my mouth. So you're probably looking directly through the shield right there at the gray spot. But yeah, huge shield, lots of action here. If you're riding two up, I mean, I can sit up. If I sit up, my eyes do clear the shield. So if I was riding in inclement weather, I could be able to get my eyes up and over the shield in order to be able to see past. Now, one of the problems that we have is if you ride in foggy weather or when it's just misting, that shield can actually get covered with mist and you cannot see through it at all whatsoever. Now when that happens, you can get up on your pegs, you can wipe the shield with your hand, but it's just not an optimal situation. Alright, so I've got more of a summer glove on right now, and I can tell you that I'm feeling unlatched right here. And I can tell you that I'm feeling a little bit of wind right here on the outside, or the very top of my wrist. Top of my hand, I should say. So dirty air starts right here on the outside of my hand. So my knuckles are starting to feel dirty air on this side. Now down here at the bottom, I'm getting dirty air coming in right here through this gap. But what it's doing is it's coming in and hitting my body, and it's actually rolling off here to the side. Pretty interesting. The nice part about that is that would help keep you cool in hot summer months. You're not sitting in, like, your midsection isn't, you're getting a little bit of airflow around there, but it's not stagnant. I mean, that's nice. Now see up top here, let's see, I can come up. Right about here, definitely over the top of my helmet. And then if I come all the way back here, so now my hand's on top of my helmet and I'm reaching up. I mean, it's clear, a good 1.5 feet up over the top of my helmet. It's remarkable. Again, same thing. It all depends on exactly where you put your hand. So right here where this little, oh wow, it's interesting. I can super negatively affect the wind flow if I put my hand in front of the V over here and block it. That's now pushing the wind inside the cockpit. Huh. Crazy. So when I stand up like this, I can feel wind on my shoulders, but I'm not really feeling the wind. Oh, weird. I can feel where it starts to pick up, right just above, almost where my eyebrows are at. So right now the wind's clearing the face shield of my helmet and kind of hitting just above that. So I'm not really getting blasted in the face. My head's not getting bobbled around, even in the standing position. That's pretty nuts. I'm curious to see what that shield feels like as we drop it down and it becomes shorter. I wonder if the top of that windshield is going to start, you know, allowing that wind to come directly into my face when that happens. Next shortest. All right, windshield off. Time for the medium shield to go on. I applied Yamaha. I can even change the windscreen with gloves on. So here's David with the medium-sized screen. Go ahead and ease up for me real quick. I want to get a side view of you here. Look at that. You can see that that is just below his eyes. Right there at the tip of his nose is where this screen's hitting him. All right, so I'm now on the medium-sized windscreen. You can see that it's right here about my upper lip. And we're going to be testing this thing out here on the highway. Now with this particular shield, I am feeling a little bit of wind. So the wind coming up over the top is hitting the very top of my helmet here. I can actually hear the wind inside my helmet. You might be able to hear the wind as well. It's vibrating my shield just a little bit here on my helmet. Clean air out to the side. We've got nice clean air right out to this area right here. Same as the last shield, but here at the top, that dirty air is starting to hit right about here. So it's just skimming just above the top of my visor shield. Now that wind that I have going over the top of my hands is a very smooth wind. It's not really rough. If I go a little further out, like right here at the end of the bar, clear out here is where the really dirty air is. I'm just getting a nice little bit of airflow over the top of my hands. And that's the same thing around my waist. The dirty air happens clear out here, like where it's really turbulent. But the air that's right here, I'm getting a little bit of airflow coming up from this channel right here, and it's coming up and kind of cooling off my midsection. It's flowing over the top of my hands. I like that a lot. That's going to keep me cooler in the summertime. Not like I'm sitting in a completely stagnant air bubble like you have like on a Goldwing. I like the way this has been developed. It's going to be nice. You get all the pressure off your chest. You get the pressure off of the face mask of your helmet. A nice clean air bubble that still allows a little bit of airflow for ventilation. Windscreen number 3. Installation in progress. And there we go, installation complete. We went from the mid-size screen, looks like we have about 4.5 inches of lost shield with this new shorty version. All right, so here we are. David now has the shorter screen. This is the shorty V-Stream windshield from National Cycle on the bike. You can see that the top of that screen is right there about his chin height, or maybe this neck, like just below the helmet there. Right about there is where he's starting to feel the air. Oh, really? Interesting. All right, we're now up to 75 miles an hour, average cruising speed. Now again, I can definitely feel wind hitting the top of my helmet. And right now, where's it at? My dirty air is starting right at the very edges of my shoulder. I'm definitely getting more wind noise inside the helmet with this one than I was getting on the previous two. Again, there's zero pressure on my chest. Absolutely no wind is coming through and hitting my chest. So fatigue throughout the day, completely covered. I'm just taking a look and seeing it where else, or where is that wind starting to hit. So right about here on the sides, right about here on the side, about here on the top. Now as I bring my hand up over to the top of my helmet, again, it's right there, just above the eyebrows is when that wind starts to hit. Now the wind is rustling around the top of my helmet and it's coming through, it's rushing over my arms. You can see my jacket. My jacket's twitching in the wind now, and it did not twitch in the wind before. That is a new feeling with this particular shield that I did not feel on the previous two shields. So, in the cockpit, you're going to get more flowing air than you had on the other windscreens, but you're not going to be getting tons of dirty air. Like right here, it's super clean. There's no dirty air inside the cockpit until you start to get out to here, then it starts to get just a little fluttery, and the actual strong pushing dirty wind is out here. It's about 4 inches closer than on that previous screen. It's sitting right about here. And yeah, that's the on-bike impressions that I have of these 3 National Cycle V-Stream windshields. If you like what you saw today, please give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button and the notification bell if you want to be part of the notification pod, so you get notified when any new videos get launched on the channel. I appreciate you guys for watching, and until next time, take care and ride safe out there.